Edge is teasing new members of the Judgment Day faction. I'm going to tell you guys some future plans I would do if I was fantasy booking this. Also, we have some footage of Paige Van Zandt wrestling. Got an update on her training and what AEW might have planned for her. Also, in addition to that, guys, we are talking about Sasha Banks, AEW, WWE. A lot of things there to discuss. If you guys want more videos like this, you already know what to do. Let's just kind of jump into it. So, guys, we're going to take a look here at Paige Van Zandt, who is training to be a wrestler. Of course, she is training at CCW training facility with Gangrel. This is exciting. We're going to show you guys the footage. So let's take a look. And as you guys can see here, this is Paige Van Zandt getting in the ring. And honestly, she doesn't look too bad. Like, I'll let you guys form your own opinion. But for somebody who has no experience, this could be a very, very interesting thing. And obviously, here she is with a DDT. Who knows? I don't know what to expect here, but I would say Paige Van Zandt training for wrestling is good. Obviously, she's got a great coach. I'm excited to see what happens. I also believe Paige Van Zandt has a lot of potential with AEW because AEW has a very interesting women's division right now. And I think AEW is going to try to play up to the fact that Paige Van Zandt is a bare knuckle fighter, a former UFC fighter. You know, and I think if AEW does that, they're going to do really well with her. But honestly, just based on the footage, I feel like she's picking it up. We'll see how it goes. We'll see what they do with her and how they present her. Are they going to keep her with Dan Lambert? Are they going to keep her associated with Ethan Page and Scorpio Sky? Like, what are the plans there? I'm very intrigued to see how that all goes down. But yes, it is true. Paige Van Zandt is still training. I don't think there's a timetable just yet on when she's actually going to wrestle. But I would say don't be surprised if you see her get physical pretty soon. She can hit a couple moves, hit the DDT. You know, I think at that point, it'll be really solid. So let me know what you guys think of Paige Van Zandt. I'm very curious. Now we're going to turn our attention to Edge. And guys, we're going to show you Edge's Twitter because, Edge is having a good time on social media, you know, doing the teases. So this right here is Edge's Twitter timeline. And he's got a photo of Corey Graves. He's got a photo of Paige. He's got a photo of Ciampa. I mean, this guy is incredible, right? Edge at this point is looking to build the Judgment Day as a serious faction. I'm excited about that. I think that's a really, really, really good thing. In fact, I'm going to follow him. I don't know why I'm not following him. But look, here's the thing, guys. When it comes to Edge and the Judgment Day, there was some news the other day that Edge tried bringing in Harland from NXT. And now today there was reports that came out that apparently Harland was released due to WWE discovering something about his past. But Edge actually wanted to have him called up to the main roster and join the Judgment Day. So it is very clear that Edge is using this as a tool to help get over other talent. You know, if it's Corey Graves, that's awesome. If it's Paige, that's awesome. If it's Ciampa, that's awesome. But guys, here's the thing. And this is how I genuinely feel. I'm just being completely honest here. I would love for WWE to have a massive faction. I'm not talking the size of Retribution. I'm not talking the size of the Shield. I'm talking bigger. And I want to see a bigger faction with a whole bunch of people that should be in a faction that probably need the TV time. And I just want to see a bunch of people that haven't been utilized either. Obviously, Paige, it's a very tricky situation because we don't know her whole situation. With Corey Graves, we know that he is cleared. With Ciampa, obviously, we know, if you guys watch the Angle show live on Twitch, I've already fantasy booked a long time ago the idea of a 4-on-4 match at Hell in a Cell. That doesn't appear to be the case, but maybe WWE could bring War Games to the main roster. I don't know. I would do something very crazy. The idea of Paige coming back would be really cool. Even Corey Graves, you know, there's been talks about him going into a backstage role. I know he's kind of content on not wrestling, but I'm a huge fan of Corey Graves. I was a big fan of him in NXT when he was there. And I know that was a while ago, but I imagine that this faction, if it grows in size with a whole bunch of people that maybe don't even fit within this vision, I think it could be really fun and chaotic. I miss when factions got really, really crazy, and this could be a way to do it. And the mission is pretty simple, right? They're the Judgment Day. I think with Edge, this can definitely work. And I think if you put Edge with a whole bunch of people that struggle to get over or that need the TV time it's going to inevitably help them. So this is something I 1000% support. What do you guys think of Edge and the Judgment Day so far? Are you guys pleased with it? I think we're going to learn a lot more about this group at Hell in a Cell, and it's going to be a crazy, crazy experience. Now, with that being said, my friends, we're going to turn our attention to Sasha Banks and AEW. There has been a lot of talk as of today because there are some people within the wrestling community. I believe Kazim Famuide had also mentioned something about hearing about contract status and stuff like that. But basically what has happened here, and Sasha Banks has been trending nonstop, there's a lot of talks about Sasha Banks and Naomi's contract being set to expire. And this is causing people to talk about Sasha Banks and AEW. Now, it is premature to speculate that Sasha Banks is signing with AEW. It would also be very premature to say Naomi would leave WWE for AEW. I don't think it's fair to speculate on contract stuff. I don't think it's fair for us to speculate on this stuff without hearing both sides of the story. And so far, we really haven't heard anything from Sasha and Naomi. Now, with that being said, let's just say there is an issue between Sasha Banks and WWE. And let's just say Sasha Banks does not want to stick around in WWE. Then Sasha Banks has quite a few options, not just AEW, but she can also go Hollywood. And there's obviously a lot of opportunities out there as well. But the thing that intrigues me the most about the situation is there's already wrestling conspiracy theories indicating that Sasha Banks and Naomi did this specifically on purpose so that way they can have some leverage to use other promotions as part of the bargaining chip for when their contracts expire. Now, what's really interesting is Wrestling News Co. had actually tweeted out a bit ago that Sasha signed an extension 3 years ago. We don't know exactly how long the extension is. For a while, a lot of WWE contracts were 5 years. Then during COVID, there was some restructuring to contracts and stuff like that. So for those people who genuinely believe that Sasha Banks is going to AEW, yes, anything is technically possible. But as of right now, I would say don't bank on it. And let's just see what happens. You know, that's really the big thing here is let's see what happens with Sasha Banks in WWE. Let's see what happens with Naomi in WWE. Since the beginning, I've mentioned to you guys how I'm a massive fan of the two. Sasha and Naomi are great. I think Naomi needs to join the bloodline. Let's use this as a way to get her there. Let's get her in the bloodline. You know, let's put Sasha Banks in a singles role. It doesn't matter. And hopefully WWE and Sasha and Naomi, whatever has happened, hopefully they can all fix it and everything gets resolved. And yeah, it's pretty simple. But for those who are saying Sasha is going to AEW or Sasha and Naomi did this as a way to bargain with WWE and negotiate and use AEW as leverage and whatnot, I don't believe these conspiracy theories, but I guess technically anything is possible. But I just throw that out. It goes in one ear, out the other. Obviously, this was a bigger issue than just what happened that day. And yeah, hopefully it gets resolved. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. I'll see you next time.